Welcome to Beating Cancer Daily. Beating stage 4 cancer for 30 years still takes my breath away every time I say it. I'm Saranne, founder of the Comedy Cures Foundation, and I hope you'll join me for just a few minutes daily for the next 365 days so we may laugh, learn, maybe cry a little as we live our best days beating cancer daily together. So I bet you're wondering why I called today's episode Beyonce, Sasha, Cancer, and Me. I promise I'll get to the story about Beyonce and Sasha. So today I was in the doctor's office and I happened to be talking to a nurse. And it turns out that she is also a triple negative breast cancer survivor. Now, what I found out from her, I must teach you. I was riveted. She said that she wanted to keep working even though she had to go through a lot of treatment for triple negative. How did she do it though? How did she continue working as a medical nurse, immunocompromised, while she was on treatment for triple negative? Kid you not. She would wear 2 different wigs. One wig was when she felt pretty good, pretty good. Life felt almost normal. And she had energy and she just really was excited to be at work. And that wig she called Debbie. Now, that's a fake name. I don't want to say her real name, even though she told me that I could tell the story, but we'll call that wig Debbie. On the days that she felt like, you know what, she wore Ellen. That's not the real name of the wig. I actually changed the name of the wig to protect the wig, but we'll say it was called Ellen. So on the days that she did not feel well, but did not want to stay home and be isolated, she came to work wearing Ellen. And she told all her colleagues that when I wear Ellen, I really don't feel well. And I really need your support. I don't want to go home and be alone, but I might not be able to carry my full load today. I might need a hug. I might need to rest, but I want to be here. So that's how you know the kind of day I'm having, because I am wearing Ellen. Well, this worked out just great for her. I saw her. She looked phenomenal. She made it through her treatment and her hair had already started growing back. So she didn't need Debbie or Ellen. Can you imagine that strategy? Now, I shared in another episode that I did a similar thing with funny wigs and funny hats, where I would wear them into treatment depending on how I was feeling. If I wanted to be super social, I'd wear a really interesting, goofy one that would get a lot of attention. If I didn't feel like being super social, then I would wear something way more conservative, maybe a little funny to start conversations. But to actually have an alter ego wig, brilliant. So now, how does this tie into Beyonce? Well, many of you may know that Beyonce, the singer, adapted an alter ego named Sasha Fierce. Why did she do that? MTV wrote, the singer created her alter ego, Sasha Fierce, in an effort to separate her own shy personality from her stage persona and give herself the courage to be free and sexy while performing. Now, Beyonce went on to say that she merged those 2 aspects of herself and that she didn't need to call herself Sasha Fierce anymore. But she did release an album with that name. How brilliant was it of this nurse to adopt that same alter ego persona to get herself through cancer treatment? So I offer it to all of you as a new strategy. Now, what's my personal story with Beyonce? It's pretty cool. I was invited to a TV taping in Los Angeles as a guest, and I was seated in a VIP area. And one of the hosts of the television show was a former member of the group Destiny's Child, which was Beyonce's group. And I remember sitting there going, I wonder if Beyonce's going to show up because this was one of her bandmates. Lo and behold, as I'm watching this taping, I feel someone walk right next to me, and it was very crowded. So we were shoulder to shoulder pretty much. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw someone so beautiful. And guess who it was? It was Beyonce. But I want to explain the woman that was standing next to me. Her hair was pulled back. She had very minimal makeup. She was wearing a very conservative outfit that was more in the beige tones. And she was so still. And I could see that she just was trying to be invisible. She did not want to call any attention to herself. She was just looking at her friend on stage hosting, so proud of her, the way we would be if our friend was hosting a television show. And she was pretty much praying that no one would call attention to her or exclaim her name or make a big deal that she was there. So, of course, I honored that. And we spoke briefly, but it was just to acknowledge how great the show was, not to acknowledge that she was a superstar standing next to me. So I got to experience Beyonce without the Sasha Fierce personality. When I saw her in concert, I got to see that alter ego. But just to bring it back to this nurse, this healthcare worker that used the two wigs to define who she was and to be empowered to go to work every day and be very honest about how she was feeling and to share that with her colleagues and to seek that support, I thought was heroic. If you have a strategy that you'd like to share with me, please go to comedycures.org and click on the record button or send me an email through the website. I'd love to hear how you handle this journey. Do you use an alter ego? Do you have a different strategy? Let me know. I hope you guys know this, but Beating Cancer Daily is a listener and donor-supported podcast and community. So if you have some extra change, I'd love you to go to comedycures.org and make a donation today of whatever level is comfortable for you. And it will be tax deductible to the extent allowed by law, because Comedy Cures is a nonprofit 501c3 organization founded from my chemo chair, April 1999, and we've been going strong ever since. So please consider making a donation today and help our community and this podcast thrive. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow. Guess what time it is? It's time for me to read the disclaimer. Beating Cancer Daily and the membership circle are not in lieu of medical advice or treatment. They are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your healthcare team to review your best strategy. Thanks for listening.